please do me a favor. If you have any questions related to property sales, property rentals, just property in general, leave those comments. Yo, hey bro. Today I am going to Seattle Creek Rental Apartments. I'm going to give you guys another review. Seattle Creek Rental Apartments, for those of you who don't know, is in Midrand. And today I actually have a guest. I am going to sit down with the rental property manager of Seattle Creek Rental Apartments. And I just want to urge you now, if you have subscribed, if that notification bell is on, that means you and I are starting a relationship. So in a relationship, you need to grow with your partner. I want you to grow. I want to grow as well. So if you have any questions related to property, leave a comment down in the comment section. Doesn't matter what part of property it is. Related to property rentals, property sales. Listen, I promise you I'll have an answer for you. I might not know the answer, but believe me, I have someone in my network who may have the answer to that question. So let me help you, and I'm being helped in the process because I'm also learning, you understand? Ish, seems like there's an accident out here. But trust me guys, where we're going, I actually wanted to go stay there myself. Right hand to God. Which one is my right hand? Right hand to God. I wanted to go stay there myself. But then I ended up not going to stay there because I'll tell you why I didn't go stay there at the end of the show, at the end of the episode rather. Igama ngisangofeni molweni. Welcome to another episode of All Things Property with Ijan. Yeah, property. Today we're doing things a little differently though. I've got a guest here with me. We are at Seattle Creek Rental Apartments in the heart of Midrand. So today, before I actually go in and show you the unit and then sit down and give you a review, I thought let me bring a man who actually knows the game, knows the business, and knows what he's talking about. Let's just get some insight. I'm here with Alex Chitsui, the property manager of Seattle Creek Rental Apartments. Alex, thank you so much for sitting down with us. How are you doing today?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So, Alex, burning question about Midrand. Everyone has always wanted to know, millions of South Africans, even those who are in Cape Town right now, want to know one serious question. Do your tenants have furniture?
Well, to be honest with you, I've seen trucks and trucks coming in with furniture since we opened. I'll just give you like a brief history of Seattle Creek.
Yep.
So we basically started here in the beginning of the year, which was in March. We started like promoting or sending out communication regarding our property early or late 2022. And we had actually rented out almost 40 units by the end of the year.
Last year already?
Yes, last year already. And our first occupation was only on the 1st of March. So once we opened our doors 1st of March, trucks and trucks were coming and everyone does have furniture. So I guess it's just a myth. People do have furniture in Midrand.
Well, there you have it, folks. When they tell you that people in Midrand don't have furniture, but wait, even the Polo Boys have furniture.
Even the Polo Boys does have furniture.
There you have it, people. Even Polo Boys who stay in Midrand have furniture. You didn't hear it from me. You heard it from the man who manages a rental estate in the heart of Midrand. We're just joking, by the way. Don't get offended, guys. But so you say first occupation, the first tenants moved in on the 1st of March.
Yes, so it was 1st of March this 2023. And yeah, we've been obviously having new units every month from March, April, May, up until now. We are in September now. We've been getting new units. And we've been having quite a huge demand. We've been rented out since then, way in advance. So it's definitely quite a high demanded area when you look at Midrand. I guess we're servicing both Pretoria and Joburg. So if you work in Pretoria, you work in Joburg, or you work in Midrand. It's
actually very convenient.
Yeah, very convenient.
Okay, so it was a brand new development, and so you had the first block on the 1st of March, né? So how many units do you have that are rented out currently?
Currently, we are on 247 units
Okay.
that are currently under management, and we're expecting 45 units as of the 1st of October.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so you guys, you are not selling, you literally just renting
This is
out
a
your units.
purely rental property, so we just rent out and manage the property.
Okay, so just to to share something with the listeners, I myself actually almost came to stay here. I did apply, but then I won't tell you why I didn't end up staying here. It's a bit personal, so stay until the end of the episode and I'll tell you why. However, I definitely love the place. I myself considered coming to stay here, but I want you guys to hear now from Alex, the rental property manager himself. Why should people come and stay at Seattle Creek?
Okay, so besides the things that I already mentioned, the fact that we are very central, our location is perfect. We're literally a minute away from the highway. So if you're taking the N1 towards Pretoria or if you're going Joburg, you're literally central. So perfect location. And over and above that, we offer free Wi-Fi. So you're looking at just having your Netflix and chilling properly on a free budget.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's basically that to start with. And also as a rental, you would want to have your budget properly, knowing that this is what you pay for, this is what you don't pay for. So at Seattle Creek, one thing that should be guaranteed is that you don't pay for anything extra apart from your rent. So there is no levies, no refuse collection fees. So you basically just paying your rent and you only pay your prepaid electricity.
So when you say that you don't pay for Wi-Fi, so you mean if, for example, right now we are sitting at the two-bed, two-bath on the ground floor, this is going for how much?
This is 9,300 on the ground.
So 9,300 rand. I don't pay any extra for Wi-Fi.
You don't pay nothing.
It's already included.
Included. Yes, and
Okay.
also on top of that, on the prepaid, the utilities, you're paying for only the electricity, which is prepaid. Water, you still get 6,000 liters for free every single month. So only when you exceed that, that's when you have to pay extra. But trust me, you have to be wasting
6,000.
water to get
You get 6,000 liters for free.
6,000 liters for free.
So
yes.
essentially, if you're a bachelor, you just basically pay for electricity.
Exactly.
Okay.
So most people, if I look around, I've hardly seen people that exceed the 6,000 liters.
Listen, man, actually now I'm kind of regretting why I didn't move here. Because I'm definitely paying for water where I'm staying right now.
Yeah, so it's mainly those extra costs that sometimes you want to choose cheap, but at the end of the day, you have extra costs
Extra
added on.
costs.
If you add on to your Wi-Fi, you add into your water and refuse collection levies at some other estates. But here, if you know that this is my budget, then that's basically what you're paying for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you said first things first. It's you said the Wi-Fi. Then secondly, you said I think you mentioned the locality.
Yes, the
Okay.
locality.
And then so is that basically? Do you have another reason why people should move here, or?
Well, there's still many more reasons. We also have like a very nice kiddies play area for those that have kids. You know, it's a nice play area that we have around. We also have a laundromat, so bachelors, polo boys, you know, you can always have your laundry sorted out here, but that would be an extra cost as well.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I kind of came with some questions that I wanted to ask because I've seen in my little research that I've done that these are some of the things that people kind of misinterpret or they don't necessarily understand. So I want to learn and I want the viewers to learn as well. I prepared a couple of questions here in no particular order. I think we should start with the one where money is concerned.
Yeah.
Rental increases. So I've also worked in rentals, by the way. So I've seen that people don't necessarily understand how the rental increase thing works. So like, would you just shed some light for me and anyone who may be watching this as to how exactly does the rental increase work? When does it increase? How, just basically just lay it down for us.
Okay, so basically, when it comes to rental increases, yes, there is the industry norms of where people just generally think that when it comes to an increase, it has to be after your 12 months stay at a place. But it differs. So generally, you need to make sure that you look at your lease agreement, or obviously ask these questions before you actually take on a rental property. On our side, basically, because we are quite a big rental development and we manage quite a lot of units. So on our side, we prefer to do it on once a year. So we do our rental increase every June. So that's our cycle of rental increase. So that's part of our lease agreement. If you move in with us every June, you should expect a rental increase if obviously the economy does say, there should be an increase.
Okay, but that is clearly stated on the
It's
lease.
clearly stated on the lease,
Okay.
and most of the time we have our rental agents also explaining that to everyone moving in, that they are aware that every June, it shouldn't be an assumption that since I'm moving in October, I'm not getting an increase in June. So by default, because of the cycle of our rental increases, every June, that's the rental increase.
Okay, so yeah, I think the most important take here is people should just understand that the rental increases, it's going to be stipulated in the lease, and that
Yes.
is what, when I move in, that's what I sign
That's
for.
what you
So
sign.
that is according to the contract. That's what's going to happen. I should stop assuming things.
Yes,
So-
yes, yes.
Okay, so the next question I have here, while we're on the topic of the lease, so if I sign a 12-month contract, and
Yes.
then my contract comes to an end after 12 months, what then happens when my contract comes to an end?
So basically, in the contract, it does say that when your lease expires, what we do is 2 months prior to your lease end, we do send you notification, obviously, to say your lease is coming to an end. So it's preparation time for you. Your lease is coming to an end. Do you want to continue with your lease agreement, or do you want to terminate upon the end of your contract? So we're giving you a time to decide. So the 2 months, you can either extend your contract, or you decide to say, you know what, I'll be moving, which is also fine. So at that time, if you don't make a decision, your lease does not just expire. Your lease goes on a month to month.
Okay.
Yes. So your lease automatically goes on a month to month, which means that now you're on a month to month. On our side, usually a month to month or a lease renewal fee is applicable should you go on a month to month.
Okay.
Yes. Same applies to if you do extend with a 6 months contract, you do pay a once-off extension fee.
Okay.
Yeah, so that also goes for if you go on a month to month. Because
Okay.
some people are very undecided. Maybe you are building a house or you're not sure what's going on. You can still go on a month to month. However, it's got a monthly charge, which is extra.
Okay, so essentially, the charge only comes when I am renewing the lease.
Exactly.
So if I'm renewing for 6 months, it's just once off when I renew.
Yes.
But if it's month to month, then every month I'm having a new lease. So that means
You
that's
are
why
literally extending your
every
contract
month.
on a monthly basis.
Ah, okay. Okay, I think that makes sense. And another question again with the period of the lease. What happens if I don't stay the full term of my lease? I move in on the 1st of September, then I get a job, or I don't know, something happens, I want to move in with my girlfriend, or, like what happens if I don't finish the lease term?
Yeah, so basically that's a very important question because we do have to deal with that on a more regular basis. People do wanna move out, and you know, but if you understand that when you sign a contract or a lease agreement, it's not just a document that you're signing so that you can get the keys. There's always legal things that are in the contract. So it is a contract and it is binding. It's a legal document. So if you say you're going to stay for 12 months, and something does happen that you need to move out 6 months into the contract, then there will be penalties. So the penalties are also stated. Usually the penalties are basically ranging from 1 month rent to 2 months rent. That's the maximum penalty that you get. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I think I've found that people have the misconception that if they serve notice, then they don't get charged the penalty, even if they are breaking their lease. So I think that's basically one thing I just wanted to get clear.
Okay, so like I said, there is the minimum penalty and there is the maximum penalty. So obviously, it's up to the landlord to decide. Okay, if the person did actually give me, maybe you gave me 2 months notice, right? And how much did I actually lose in terms of income with you breaking your contract? So that's normally the determining factor of how much the penalty will be. But either way, you will going to incur penalties because you did cut your lease before it expires.
Okay. Yeah. This one is a bit of a simple one, right? It seems simple on the surface, but I think I've come to realize that people don't necessarily understand. Like, the question is, when is my rent due? Do I pay in arrear? Do I pay in advance? Like, how does it work?
Okay, so basically rent is payable in advance. It's not payable in arrears. So unlike your vehicle that you normally get paid in arrears, with rental it's paid in advance. So what that means is rent is due as of the first of the month. However, for developments like ours, we also strive to make sure that we assist you in terms of the payments. So our payments go off as debit orders. So we will debit you on your salary date. If you get paid on the 25th, we'll debit you the rent on the 25th, just making it easy, obviously, so that you don't miss your rent and you keep your credit record clean as it is. So rent is basically due on the first of every month. So on the month that you're moving out or on the month that you decide to give notice, the rental that you pay on the first, that will be your last rental.
Oh, so if I'm moving out at the end of September, the last rent that I'll pay is on the 1st of September.
Exactly.
So at the end of September, I won't pay.
And you won't be paying
because I've already paid in the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
So what if I get paid on the 15th of the month? Like, how does that work? Like,
interesting one, especially with the debit orders. That always creates a bit of a confusion. So if you get paid on the 15th, you do pay everything in advance. For example, your deposit and everything before you move on the first, right?
Yeah.
You're moving on the first. On the 15th, you're expecting a debit order. That's for example, you're moving on the 1st of September. On the 15th of September, you're getting debited for October rent.
Okay.
Yes. So for people that get paid on the 15th, I would say they enjoy the pain that they endure from the beginning only at the end, because the last month they stay at the with the contract, they don't get debited at all. It's like it's going to be like a free month.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Because they give notice, for example, on the first, and they don't get debited. It's like they already paid for that month the previous month.
Okay, this is a bit of a tricky one. I also need to just wrap my mind around this. So I get paid on the 15th. So let's say I moved in here on the 1st of September. Ne?
Yes.
So when I moved in on the 1st of September, I would have had to pay my rent and my deposit by the 1st of September.
Yes.
Then 15th, I would get debited for October rent.
Yes.
Reason being, I most probably won't have money in my account on the 1st of...
Exactly.
Yeah, salary.
Mm.
So, okay, but then now when I move out, then because let's say I move out 12 months, I move out at the end of August next year. So I would have been debited 15th of July.
Yes, that will be your last
August.
debit order, yes.
Oh, okay. So literally from the 15th of August until the end of September.
Yeah.
So it's like a month and a half where I didn't have to pay.
Exactly.
That's a bit of a tricky one. I'll give you time to also just go grab a cup of water to let it simmer. You understand? But yeah, I think we've pretty much gone through all of the questions that I have. If you have any questions with regards to rentals, drop a comment down below, ask us that question. I might not know the answer, but I have people within my, I've got access to people who have answers to these questions. So let's learn together. Drop a comment in the comment section, and before the next episode, we'll make sure that we answer those questions for you. Alex, thank you so much for sitting down with us today. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I would just add when it comes to misconceptions as well, or expectations when it comes to rentals and contracts and leases. When it comes to the deposit, there's obviously one of the things that people do really expect to get their deposit back in full.
Okay.
Yeah, which sometimes causes frustration when we hear, okay, this is how much you're getting back. So just to prepare yourself when you want to move to another property, you should know that the main reason why you pay a deposit is so that the unit or the apartment that you're in is maintained in the proper state that the next person will get into. So
Okay.
yeah, so basically that's one thing I should just mention, to say deposit. If obviously you are one of the people that doesn't really look after the place, chances are you will not see much of that deposit because of maintenance.
Oh, okay. So basically, if I break something, then and I didn't fix it when I move out, money to fix that is going to be taken from the deposit.
That's a provision for fixing stuff, is that money that you put in as a deposit. So it's always one of those things that people should know, to say that deposit is for maintenance. Yes, if I did look after my place and my place is exactly as good as it was, then definitely you get your deposit in full.
Let's say before I move out, I come to you and I say, okay, I've inspected the unit myself and I've seen XYZ that is wrong with the unit. I want to paint it for myself, or I want to fix the window myself and whatnot. Is that, like, can I do that out of my own pocket so that I save my deposit? Or
you are more than welcome to fix the unit, obviously the way you want to do it. However, it should obviously go with the standards of the landlord. If it's below par, then you will probably have wasted even more money, because you're still gonna get charged.
So guys, in closing, just take care of your unit, man, to avoid all of this. You understand? Take care of your unit, keep it clean, keep it classy, and you won't have to worry about all of that, deposit and being charged for anything. Okay, so Alex, thank you so much once again for sitting down with us. Let's just go see the apartment right now, and then we'll sit down again, just you and I, this time around. Okay, cheerio.
Thank you.
Thank you.